Friday, 5th of November, Guy Fawkes night. It's after 9 p.m. now, so most of the bonfires, but most of the fireworks have stopped. So in the last week, I think my weight went down to 101 kilograms, and I did do a few days of the sugar diet. And then Saturday I had off as holiday, and I'd worked about 8 days in a row or something before then. And I just fancied having a French baguette and bacon. So bacon sandwiches made with a French baguette. And I got both of them from the local shop, because the local shop bakes the bread each morning. And my weight ballooned. It went up by 3 kilograms in one day. Now, admittedly, that wasn't just all bacon sandwiches. That was also Bombay mix. Because Bombay mix is my kryptonite. Because, you know, Saturday was my first day off for a while, and I had it booked off as holiday, because otherwise it would have been a work day. And so my weight, I also had, because I bought 2 packs of bacon, I also had bacon on a Monday as well. So that kept my weight up at about 104 kilograms. And this morning it was 103 kilograms. At the moment it's 102, because today I've gone back to sugar diet, or you could actually call it a sugar fast, because all I've had today is like a carton of orange juice, like a big family pack, 1.75 litres. And I've done what's suggested, rather than just sipping from it, I've poured out a pint glass at a time and drunk that as a meal, and then had another one a few hours later, rather than just sipping constantly at it during the day. So that's a quick overview of what's been happening with my weight and my diet. Oh, also, I did have a cold as well. I developed a cold last week. I'd forgotten about that. Now, all the idiots at work will say that you got a cold because you only wear a t-shirt when you're working. But they are really thick t-shirts. And the thing is, I'm used to that. So I don't think it was that's given me the cold. I am worried a bit that eating all of those carbohydrates and sugars has weakened my immune system, and that might have helped me develop a cold. But I think the main reason I developed a cold was on a couple of days I was working in the rain. So I think it's working in the rain that's got me the cold. And at the moment it's developed into a bit of a cough. So I did have a couple of nights where I've been finding it difficult to breathe. So I've probably been suffering from sleep apnea as well because of the cold. It's now developed more into sort of like a whooping kind of cough. But it's not as bad as whooping cough, but sort of like that kind of style. So that's that done. On the garden front, I did actually order some Elsay onion seeds at the beginning of October, but they never arrived. Now the thing is, I also ordered some seeds from Red Dragon Seeds earlier in the year, and they never arrived, or they arrived several weeks later somehow. And so I actually got in contact with Red Dragon Seeds, and they sent me some more. Then embarrassingly, the replacements that they sent me for free arrived, and then the original lot arrived, which I then sent. So I then sent the replacements back to them or whatever, or vice versa. I think I sent the originals back because I'd already opened the replacement ones. So I didn't want to get into what's it when you become famous or infamous for something. I didn't want to become infamous for almost claiming that my seeds haven't arrived. So rather than contacting Foster Seeds saying, oh, my Elsay seeds haven't arrived, I ordered some more. You know how the human brain works. I thought, well, there's no point in ordering 1 pack of seeds because they'll just go missing again. So I ordered 3 packs of them. So I've got 3 packs of Elsay seeds, but I'm not really planning to sow them till the 1st of February. It's like several reasons. One is my room's a mess. And it's not just a mess, it's just got loads and loads of clutter in it. It's got loads of stuff in it that I really need to throw away and create space so that I can set up the grow lights and whatever. So I'm not really going to bother with that too much this year. And also I don't really want to pay my landlord more rent for having the grow lights as well. So my experiment this year is to sow the onion seeds on the 1st of February and see whether how much I can catch up with the people who sow their onions in October and November. Because the thing is, if I sow them in start of February, they'll be brought in here early for a few weeks, and then like very soon, like say the end of February, I'll just plant them outside. So we'll see how they go. So they shouldn't get all floppy. So they ought to like just grow solidly, I'd have thought. So that's my plan with the onions. At the allotment, Keith hasn't actually filled in that trench again, because he's like 4 times or so over the last year or so, he's like created a trench at the edge of my allotment. Then I filled it in again with wood chip. So I did that again a fortnight ago, and he hasn't like reinstalled the trench to use as for water to drain away for when the allotment gets flooded. So that's like improved my mental health a lot. He hasn't. He seems to have given in at last. But I still haven't actually gotten around to doing some work on the allotment. But I know what I need to do at the allotment. One of the other things I need to do is plant out the garlic. But I don't know where to do that, whether to do that at the allotment or do it in the back garden. I might do it in the back garden instead. We'll see. But I suppose I've got most of November to get my act together with that, because we're still not getting any frost around here. Well, I don't think getting much frost in many places in the country actually. So that's the gardening covered and the allotment. Weight training. So I had a bad day today. It's like one of my worst weight training days ever. Because like I say, a fortnight ago I deadlifted 110 kilograms, and because I was feeling good, rather than going up to 115, I thought I'd do 120 kilograms, which is what I deadlifted 3 years ago. So I thought I'd be quite easy able to do 120 kilograms today, but I just couldn't lift it. And then I tried 110 kilograms, I couldn't lift that either. So I just did a few reps at 100 kilograms. And also the other thing is that at 120 kilograms, some twinge went in my lower back, which has never happened before. Now, I think that's just a minor thing, and that will heal again within 2 or 3 days, 4 at the most. So that should be okay for next week. So it might be the cold had an effect on why I couldn't lift that today. Or another thing could be that on Monday evening I went to the gym and I did loads of stuff. So all this stuff in pink is what I did, and part of it was because I didn't think I did squats to failure last week. I concentrated on doing all the isolation leg exercises, but I did a few other things as well. So it might be that today I hadn't actually recovered from that, but I don't think that's the case. I don't know why I couldn't actually lift today, but for some reason I couldn't, even though beforehand I thought I'd be okay. Another thing was that I went in early in the morning. When I say early, I mean like say before 10 o'clock or about 10 o'clock, and this boom box was playing. Instead of the radio on, they had this boom box, and that was annoying me. So maybe me being annoyed by the boom box meant I couldn't lift, and it also why I did me back in. I don't know. So on the dips I was okay. I did 49 kilograms of assistant, and I did 9 of those. And just to sort of help straighten my back out after attempting those deadlifts, I went to the lat machine and did a few reps there. That's all I did, because I'm trying to give this Mensa consolidated program a charge. But the thing is, it's so difficult training once a week because you're like itching to go. So that's why I went on Monday. I also did some cardio yesterday, but I sort of did 5 minutes on one machine and 5 minutes on another machine and 5 minutes on another machine. But basically, because I haven't done cardio for a couple of decades or whatever, no, that can't be true. Yeah, about 7 or 8 years, I'd say. I think those 3 lots of 5 minutes was enough cardio for an initial cardio session. So that's how the weight training's going. So that's still going reasonably well, even though it was a failure today. What I'm going to do is when once my back's recovered, I'm just going to go through the weights on the deadlift, do 40 kilograms, 50 kilograms, 60 kilograms, 70 kilograms, just to make sure everything's okay. So I might do that on a day at the weekend, I don't know, because I'm not used to going to the gym on the same day where I'm working 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So going to the gym on a work day last week was okay, because I was only working from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. so I could quite easily go to the gym during the day. But after I've worked for 7 hours, I don't think I'll be all that keen on going to the gym. So I might test out my back next Monday. So I'm working Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I'm fairly certain I've got Monday off, but I might be working. I've definitely got next Wednesday off because I haven't got any Wednesdays booked for work. So I think next week I might be working something along the lines of Tuesday, Thursday, Friday or something. I don't know. I'll have to see when the rota comes out. So I was given a sheet of paper with all my overtime on it, and I can't find it. So there's that. So we've been talking about that. I thought I'd be going to be talking about loads of things today, but I'm sort of really running out of things. I bought these weight training books. These are by Mark Rippetoe. So if you know anything about weight training at all, you'll have come across his name, because he developed the starting strength method. And that's basically, it's like the big lift, the deadlift and a squat and whatever. And training 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday or whatever. And increasing the weight by 5 pounds each session. So it's like linear progression for novices. It works very well for novices. You can run that program for about 6 months or whatever. And each time you go, you set a new personal best. So the starting strength book, this goes through all the different exercises such as the squat and the deadlift and the chest press and whatever, and it describes how to do them and whatever. And this book here, Practical Programming, once you become an intermediate, it's it's got other training programs in it as well, such as the Texas method. I haven't actually really looked at this yet. I don't read books much nowadays, so I don't know whether I've just wasted my money on these just so that I could show them off or whatever, rather than read them. I have actually read a little bit of the starting strength, but when I say a little bit, I mean about 10 pages. I did actually want to buy a Mike Mensa book as well, but they don't seem to be in print. So all the Mike Mensa books seem to be books that have been edited or written by other people, and they're about Mike Mensa rather than the actual books that he himself wrote. So I didn't actually order any of those. Right. As regards diet, I am actually, I have actually gone back to the sugar diet. I suppose I have mentioned that already, haven't I? So I've only had a carton of orange juice today. So I will be continuing that for the next few days, because I think it's something I can easily do when I'm working. I'm working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the only issue is do I do a sugar fast where I'm only eating fruit and fruit juice, or so that's like a sugar fast, or do I do a sugar diet where I do that during the day, and then the evening I just have a bit of fish or whatever, some protein. So or in my case, I've got some yogurt to use up, and some whey protein powder. Probably throw some creatine in there as well. So it's just a question whether I succumb and have that. Because the thing is, if I have that, I think I'm far more likely to go to sleep if I have a little bit of protein. Because normally it's the other way around. People need to have a little bit of carbohydrates in order to go to sleep. If I've been having carbohydrate all day, then in order to sleep, I probably need a bit of protein first. So I was actually going to be talking more about what I was eating and what I was, and the dieting and whatever, but I think we basically covered it. I don't know whether I'll try and do daily weigh-ins now, because the thing is, this sugar fast, it ought to work, and I ought to get below 100 kilograms within 3 or 4 days, as long as I don't sabotage myself. Because this is what seems to be happening at the moment, is that I get down to 101 kilograms or whatever, and then I have some kind of blowout of some kind, which like bumps me back up to 103 kilograms. So, there's only like a month left on this self-imposed diet and fitness challenge. I came across something else a couple of days ago, something called the Winter Arc, which is also a 3-month challenge. But apparently that's like that one where you can set your own goals. But apparently that's like from the start of October to the end of December. But when it's like a winter arc, I think that's like more, in my head, that's like more November to February sort of thing. Because like October, that's still autumn, isn't it? That's not winter. So I can't really see how you can include October in a winter arc. Because, in this country, quite in several years, autumn actually extends all the way into December, and you have a really mild Christmas, and you don't really get the frost until January and February. So we'll see how it's going this year. It seems to be headed that way this year at the moment as well. Okay, I've rambled on enough. I might see you tomorrow, I might not. We'll see.